field looked amazing. I appreciate all our grounds crew. It was probably as good as our field's ever looked. And then really cool to just, see all the new stuff kind of finished, and I had kind of retrained my eyes. Like the whole first half, I was trying to, figure, because it's a lot of new sight things to look at. But it was awesome, man. Appreciate our fans showing up. Kind of a rainy projected day, but thankfully the weather held off, and it was a fun day. But again, 7 of these days are special, so I enjoy every single one of them. We did a lot of good things. We did some bad things. Not an easy week. There's a reason why you don't see many people play on Monday night on the road and then play again on Saturday. That doesn't happen very often. And give them a lot of credit, especially offensively. Again, they played a week and a half ago, and had a lot of time to get ready. They had a good plan. I thought they did a really good job of executing their plan. Quarterback's a heck of a little player. He's a baller and tough, gritty. Did some good things, but I wish we'd have been able to play a little more complimentary football. It was kind of what I expected. Didn't happen. Good teams can compensate for each other when you need to, and we did some of that Monday night. But it was awesome to see offensively, see us pick up where we left off. We scored 4 out of the last 5 drives of the game Monday night. I think we scored maybe 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 6 drives, to start the game today. So really pleased with what we did offensively. Got a little frustrated because the time of possession was big time against us. We couldn't get the ball. They didn't get a lot of points. They had the ball 35 minutes. They were 10 of 18 on third down, which I don't remember the last time somebody was 10 of 18 on third down on us. So we did not play anywhere near what we need to defensively. So that was a little frustrating. They're a little heavy-legged, and obviously had a couple guys out too. But just very inefficient defensively. And the best thing we did, we played great red zone defense, and we played great goal line defense, and we turned them over twice. So name games points. So I'm really proud of that, but just disappointed in how we handled the quarterback, and just we were a little loose in some coverage, and so a lot of things that we can improve on and grow from for sure. But man, offensively, a lot of good stuff. I mean, we ran the ball efficiently. I think we were 5-something a carry. Shipley had a heck of a night. He was almost 7 a carry. We had about 5 different guys with 3 or more catches. DJ was awesome. I mean, he was 21 of 27. Had 2 big drops, 2 plays that we got to make, and we didn't make either one of them. And when you're not getting the ball and you don't make those plays, and we had our 59 snaps, so it felt like the second half it was so frustrating. And so we missed those 2 plays, and next thing you know, then you have a turnover, and you're in a little bit of a lull there. But again, proud of DJ. Just awesome to see him play the way he's playing. Really from the second quarter on of Monday night to what I've seen today, just with his legs, his arm. He's been incredibly accurate. He's made some really pretty throws. Made some big plays with his legs. Just making really good decisions. I thought he had 1 bad decision today. And then, again, a lot of guys touching it. Brenny with a nice touchdown, 80. I thought Kobe had a nice little spark in there as well. Mafra, Shipper, they all did some good things. Davis, huge catch over the middle. So we made we were really good on third down. That's two games in a row. We've been good on third down. Just didn't get enough opportunity today in the second half. First half was outstanding. But again, special teams, solid. Disappointed in the turnover. It's just a ball you don't handle. It's a very short kick, and the nose is back, which is going to fall back. Just made a bad decision right there, but he'll learn from it. And again, we were able to compensate, but we don't like to play that type of football. So we gotta keep getting better, and hopefully we can put all 3 phases together next week and play our best game and finish the first quarter of the season. It's hard to believe. First quarter of the season's over next Saturday night. It's 4 quarters, and the first quarter's over. So, kind of like a game, you want to kind of settle in that first quarter, and that's kind of what we're in the process of doing. And then you got to build. And so, look forward to a a great night next week against a good La Tech team, and hopefully we can improve in some of these areas. But proud of our team, and you know, I'm proud of our team for how they've come alongside of Brian as well and his family, the Brzee family, and that's what Ella Strong is all about today. It's something that we want to do as a team. Unfortunately, Ella wasn't able to be here today. She was here all week, and she got a chance to speak to the team on Wednesday, but she had a real setback and had to get her to the emergency room yesterday, and they actually airlifted her back to D.C. Today. So, you know, just, man, we love the Brzees, amazing family. She's 15 years old, and she's just got a beautiful heart, a beautiful spirit. She's as tough as she's the toughest Brzee in that whole family. And, you know, it's just a really tough time right now, you know, for all of them. And so to be able to kind of come alongside of them, and again, you can't take the pain away, but you can, you know, share in it and walk through it with them. That's what our team is trying to do with Brian. It's been really tough, but it's also been beautiful to see a group of young men put their arms around their brother. And so unfortunately, she wasn't able to be here today, but she'll definitely get a game ball from this game. So with that, I'll take your questions.
Dabo, how much was the layoff kind of like, did it hurt the defense only getting 4 days?
Well, I mean, you know, I wouldn't even call it 4 days. You know, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are huge preparation days. You know, and get back at 4 in the morning and wake up. And again, we put 2 days in the tank on them, but again, a lot of unknowns. The North Greenville tape, you can get a lot out of that. You know, 52-0. So you know, they were fresh and excited, and again had some good stuff. And they got some pieces, man. It's a good little group right there. They're gonna win some games. And Clay's got a good team. He's got a good team. It'll be fun to watch them, you know, down the stretch here. But you know, you're a little sluggish, you know, Tuesday night, and then you really had just kind of Wednesday to kind of get out there, and then you're basically invest on Thursday. And yesterday's a 30-minute walkthrough, so just trying to really focus on getting fresh and ready. But you know, it's no excuse. I mean, we just got to clean some things up, coverage wise, and just assignment wise. We right out of the gate we get in a bind because we didn't get the call, and we had back-to-back busts. You know, we got balls getting snapped, and we're looking over. We didn't get the call for some reason. Everybody got the call but one guy. We got man coverage, and we just turned the guy loose. And then I'll be dadgum if we don't come back and we get another guy, turn the guy loose. So that kind of got us in a little bit of a funk there. But you know, again, I mean, there's no excuses. We'll get better. It's a good group, 2-0. It's hard to win. It's hard to win. You ain't ever gonna hear me complain about a win. You know, I think there were some good teams got beat today. So I ain't ever gonna lose respect for the blessing. It's hard to win. I'm proud of our guys for finding a way. We're a long way. It's a 4-quarter game. It's a 4-quarter season, and we're a long way away from where we need to be and where we're going to be. But we're 2-0, and we got 2 games to keep teaching from. And I'm thankful we can have a normal week. This will be our first normal week of the year, and had a normal week yet. You know, so excited about that. And we'll actually have a couple of games that we can actually watch on an opponent and get a little bit of a feel for personnel and those type of things. So look forward to a good week.
Dabo, it seemed like the offensive coordinator was playing against your short work week and was really attacking the perimeter on the defense and running those guys horizontally across the field. Did you feel like he came into the game plan and that is part of his game plan?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just trying to negate our speed and make us run screen game. You know, that's anything. We played the screen game well, and then again did not contain the ball well. We had a couple of times on the rush lanes when we had it contained, but we had a guy on the ground. They cut us. You know, their plan was to cut us the whole game and try to slow us down a little bit there, try to neutralize you a little bit. And so they got us cut down a couple of times, and then you turn it back, but the guy's on the ground. So now your rush lane integrity is not what it needs to be. So there's a lot. They did a good job. So a lot of things we can learn from this tape, this game, and we will.
Coach, it looked like Makuba took a shot to the head there.
No, it was a stinger. It
Okay,
It was just a stinger. He came back. He was fine.
Dabo, how much confidence you think DJ is gaining by doing this under the lights, as you said?
Yeah.
Right.
I would say a lot, you know. I'm just really proud of it. I don't think I've ever been more proud of the guy. Ain't nobody been more under the fire than him. And, you know, 2 games don't make a season, but it's good to see him, you know, go do it. And he's playing really well. I'm really proud of him. And, you know, a lot of toughness. You know, play quarterback at Clemson. There's a lot coming with it, you know, good and bad. And so he's in a good place, and it's fun to see, because that's what y'all are seeing is what he's done in practice. And he's been very consistent. And that's who he is. That's who he is. You know, we've been better around him, as I've said many times, for sure. So he's got, you know, better supporting cast, but he's better. And so the combination of those 2 things, we're in a good spot. Again, I wish we'd have been able to do a little bit more in the second half. That was probably my other disappointment, was we didn't get a chance to play as many people as I would have liked. And again, that's a reflection of just having to kind of compensate for each other a little bit. Didn't really quite bam, put it together where you could truly feel like you really got, great control. So, you know, long season, and guys will get opportunities we go.
Where are those improvements in his accuracy and even just his pocket presence?
Well, he's
compared
just-
to what we saw last year.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's easy to see what he's doing with his feet. He made a lot of plays with his legs that he wouldn't have made last year. And that's a reflection of just, you know, changing his body, and then I think also just his mindset, you know, just his mentality of, you know, hey, he knows what he has to do. And, you know, he's making good decisions. You know, he's put the ball where it needs to be. I just think, again, you know, he's just really gotten locked in mentally. And I think he pushed through that last year. I really felt like as the season ended, the latter part, you know, those last 3 games in the bowl, he was kind of coming out of the funk, if you will. And he's carried that in the offseason, in the summer, in these first 2 games. And a long way to go, but his pocket presence has been great. All of his decisions, again, he's creating, which we need him to do. He's extended plays. He's made big plays, and you know, he's not taking sacks. He took 1 sack last week that was frustrating. I thought he had 1 bad play today on the slant. You know, probably that ball should have gone outside. You know, they triggered down with the safety there. And it's, you know, if you do throw it, you got to put it right there. There's no room for error, but the ball really should have probably been outside. That's really the only bad play he had. I really thought he managed the game well. And when he has had a bad play, he's come right back. So, you know, he's just maturing. It's a developmental game. You get better. If you're made of the right stuff, you get better. And he's made of the right stuff. He's an awesome kid. He's a very humble kid, and an unbelievable leader. And it's good. And it's great for Cade. You know, it's awesome for Cade to be able to have a guy like him to learn from, to see the bad, to see the good that comes from playing the position here. So I wish we'd have been able to get him a little bit more time, but we didn't convert when we had the opportunity.
Coach, the throw that DJ made to Antonio across his body, rolling right to the middle of the field, kind of reminded me of the touchdown throw he had to Justin Ross against NC State. He seems to be really comfortable rolling right.
Yeah, he can make any throw. Really, he's got an unbelievable arm. Unbelievable arm talent. But he's just, and when you're confident, you know, the ball gets big, right? You know, when you're not confident, it's like, you know, like you're throwing into that. And he's just seeing everything. And guys are making plays for him. You know, guys are we got a good group. You know, I disappointed that EJ didn't get a couple of days that he could have had. He's going to be fine. He's missed a lot of practice. He's kind of working his way back, but we're going to need him, and he'll make those plays. But we're learning about our team. We're growing our team. The guys that I really need to see some things from, I'm seeing them. You know, we're gelling a little bit in some areas, and I know where we're going to be defensively when it's all said and done. So we'll just keep pushing forward.
The other half of that pass plays Antonio away small sample size of 2 games so far. What can you say about his efforts, and have you seen a guy come out that polished as a wide receiver out of high school?
Oh, yeah, we've had a few of them come through here for sure. I mean, he's a baller. I mean, he's a natural. He's a very skilled route runner. He's a very poised, catcher. And he's got very soft hands, got great ball skills, but he just has good instincts for the game. And we've had several of those type guys. I mean, he's got a chance to be really special. I mean, it's a good group. It really is. Man, Speck made some plays today. I mean, you got to remember now, Speck ain't played in 2 years, right? I mean, this kid, and then his first year that he played some, and then all of a sudden he's out for 2 years. He's a baller, but he's been on ice, and so we're kind of thawing him out, if you will. And I'm really proud of him. And Antonio's just a natural. And wait till you see Adam Randall. Wait till we get him back rolling. Did y'all see him out there in pregame today? He'll be back soon, and he's not gonna make us worse. I'll promise you that. Joe, man, I'm proud of Joe. Joe, I hate we didn't get in there, but man, he had a couple of good plays and one real tough catch on the sideline. Again, we're rolling a lot of guys, we're playing a lot of guys. Dakari, he hadn't had much opportunity yet, but he's had back-to-back big PIs for us. He's a big, strong body. Bo, I thought it was good to see him because he had a couple of misses last week. It was good to see him come back and have a real 4-quarter consistent game. So it's a good group, man. I mean, it really is from top to bottom. And those tight ends, Brenny and Davis are making plays and continue to do that. All the backs, so we're work in progress. But I think we got the right ingredients, and that Roy Antonio is shown that he's one of them for sure.
David, do you have an update on Tyler Davis, and then do you know?
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Okay.
We just got a little banged up, but he'll be all right. We just held him out. Try to get him 100%. Don't want anything lingering.
And then with Randall, do you know if he'll be back next week?
I hope so, but we'll see what the trainer said. I mean, he's been wide open for 2.5 weeks. He's done everything. He's been all scout team, and that's why they wanted him to come out and do all the pregame tonight. So he's been on the ground. He's done it all. So he's just a matter of them green lighting. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll find out, I guess, tomorrow or Monday what the doctors and trainers say. He'll play when they say he's ready. But he's running around and looks good out there.
Pretty close to how quickly Amari came back from rehab, isn't it?
A little further, but Amari was a starter, and I think Amari was like, I'm playing. And we've just kind of held Adam back a little bit. Young guy, Amari, he was adamant he wasn't gonna miss a play, and he didn't miss many. He was ready. But I think technically he probably could have played this week or last week. I mean, he's out there playing football practice every day, but they're just really trying to be cautious with him and just get him a good couple of weeks of being tackled, if you will, and falling down and doing all these things. So he's close. He's close.
2 games in, what's your evaluation of the offensive line from what you've seen?
Got better today. Got better for sure. I'm proud. We really only had 1 sack. We had no sacks today. The 1 sack was on Cade. It goes on the stats, but Cade, he lost a yard, so that counts as a sack on the sprint out. He's got to get rid of that ball. And then last week they only had 1 sack. One was on DJ. We had 3 sacks, but 1 was DJ. Great protection, plenty of time, just didn't get rid of it. And then 1 was on our communication. We had signaled it wrong, or half the people were on the wrong signal, and it was the grounding. That was a complete mess, and they counted as a sack because it was a grounding. So really, offensive lines had 1 sack in 2 games, and we've been efficient in the passing game. We've been good on 3rd down. I thought we got better in the run game today, which was good to see. And and a little weird. Last week we had some very short fields. As the nature of turnovers and downs and all that stuff, and then today we had 59 plays. We were good on 3rd down, and we had some explosive plays, but the other team was 10 of 18, and then you don't use it in 35 minutes, so you don't. That's weird for us, right? We haven't really had many games like that. It's been good. It's been good. We had one off. I think we had a bad offside, made his first and 15 late in the third quarter, I think. So solid, we're not, we ain't the four horsemen yet, or whoever, whatever, but we're getting better.
No, but you mentioned maybe not making some plays on some balls, just at receiver. Is there anything with some of those 50-50 balls that you see it's kind of happening to where the plays aren't being?
Yeah, they're making play. We just really had one guy today that didn't make them. I mean, they were putting money, one, I thought we didn't go up high enough to get it. I thought we let the ball get right here, and the other one, it was right here, we just don't make the catch. So it's concentration, just going back to getting your confidence in practice and playing at game speed and all those type of things, truly making them game reps in practice. So, we'll be better. But outside of that, we did some good deals. Jakari, got PI. We took a shot with Joe down in the red zone, got held, got PI. So, good things happen. We've been attacking, we've been pushing the ball down the field, and that's been good to see.
Coach, it was a tale of two halves, as you mentioned. The offense had a productive first half, and the defense kind of took their turn in the second. I know you've gone over where are some of the highlights of the day, and where do you see room for improvement, and what do you expect to see come from La Tech next week?
Well, I think La Tech will come in here and be excited to play us, and they'll be a good team, for sure. So throw the ball around, they'll play with tempo. We got to make some adjustments to the tempo. We got to do a better job in the screen game defensively. Got to get off field on third down. We got to tighten the coverage. All right, too many easy completions. So those are things we got to do defensively and offensively. Just got to keep building. We got to just keep. I mean, again, we went 4 out of 5, and I think 5 out of 6 scoring drives. So that's a lot. We've been pretty good, but we gotta not turn it over. We had a critical turnover, and then so that's 2 games in a row we've had a turnover. We need to eliminate that, and then I think just let's make a couple more plays that are there. You got to create more plays. Let's just make a couple more plays that are there. There were a couple plays Monday night that we should have made, and there were a couple plays today that we need to make. If we're going to get where we want to be, that's the biggest thing I need to see. And then just again, we're figuring out a lot about our personnel, and just keep growing. And the special teams, we cannot turn the ball over. We got to be a good decision maker at punt return.
Will Brian go back home to be?
Yeah, he's going to go home, I think, tonight, and try to get home for a couple of days. And so we'll just, we'll see what happens from there.
You mentioned the goal line red zone defense. Why do you think that was so good?
Yeah, it was awesome. Well, the field gets strong. It's hard down there, man. It becomes a NASCAR event. You get down there. There's no top. You can't take the top off anything because there's an inline. So there's just not a lot of room, and we got big bodies that can run, and so it's good to see us. It's good to see us stand up. It's frustrating when you get some conversions and get down there, but it's even more frustrating when they punch it in. So I'm proud of our guys for doing a really good job in that area, and a lot of good things on tape. And then again, we had to stop on downs. Nice job by Malcolm on the turnover, just rallying to the ball. Great job by Barrett. That's an effort interception because it's bang bang, but he's hustling to the ball, and because he's hustling to the ball, he makes that play. So he's not loafing, and so there's a lot of good things, but the goal line was awesome. That was good to see. It's good early in the season. To get some experience like that, to get some things on tape, just gonna make us better.
Yeah, well, the national media knows all about Brian and Miles, but can you speak on Rook and Trey's performance over the last 2 games?
Yeah, I thought Trey played better last week. Just off the top of my head, I thought they cut him a couple times today. But Trey's a really talented player. I mean, and again, he hadn't really played much. He'd been hurt since he came out of high school, had to have the shoulder surgery, and really missed that whole first year. And then last year, he got a few games, but then had to be out again, missed all spring. So he's been here a couple of years, but he's a very young player. But man, he is explosive. He's quick twitch. He's got instincts for the game. He's an awesome kid, and so he can be as good as any of them. I mean, he's got it all. So just a young player that is flashing, and it's fun to see that. And then Rook is a monster. I mean, Rook's a great player, and he is what this game's all about. I mean, when he first got here, guy played 2 years of high school football, junior, senior year. He was a basketball player, and he goes out up there in Detroit as a junior and senior, and athletically people kind of notice him, and man, he couldn't even hardly get in a stance when he got here. He didn't hardly know anything about football, and he is a example of when you're talented and you got great work ethic and talent or character to go with it, usually that ends up in a good place. And that's who he is. He's a great young man. He's relentless with his effort. His work ethic is special, and he's incredibly talented. And what he's done in the weight room and in the film room, mentally, he can play. He can play for anybody. He is a problem in there, and proud of him.
DeMonte K-Clark showed up for the first time. I know that guy's been injured his
Yeah.
career. And what do you say about his development and where he's at right now?
Could be as good as anybody, and same thing. He missed his whole freshman year, and then hurt again, so it's exciting to see him, because we're gonna need him. We got a bunch of old heads in there gonna be gone, and he is a big man, but he's still just, every rep he gets is a huge positive, because he's got a lot of ability. Really proud of him. And then Peyton Page, I mean, E.T., all those guys. I mean, it's a really deep and good group. And, we're gonna need them all as we go through this season.
Coach, have you been able to follow afar kind of Chase Bryce's success that he had with App State last year and early this season?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Heck, I look up the spring game, he's on the sideline. He wanting to call plays. So, I love Chase Bryce, man. He's a great kid. He's a Clemson graduate, He's graduated here in, 3 years. And then it's been fun. Obviously it was North Carolina, right? That was a wild game, whenever that was. And then, to go to Texas A&M, and win, that ain't easy. But what an unbelievable win, for App State, for Chase. That's something I know he'll never, ever forget. He was with us. Well, I don't know if he traveled that game or not. I can't remember. Yeah, he would have traveled. He'd been a redshirt freshman. Trevor was a true freshman.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd been out there.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't get to play, but I'm sure that was he had a good vision for it. So what an amazing. I didn't get to see any of it, obviously, but what an amazing win. Good to see him having great success. He's awesome. He's Coach Khan's nephew.
Yeah.
So he's family.
Any questions for Coach from Zoom?
Yeah, Dabo, this is Pete Yakabelli from the AP. Been a couple of days since you agreed to that new contract. That's got to be pretty gratifying that the university values you that way. And it seems like it's been 100 years since people joked about the coupon coach coming to Clemson way back when.
Coupon coach?
I don't remember that one.
Well, I hadn't heard that one. Must be your own saying. Must be what you tweeted out. I don't know if they had Twitter.
Pete's in the doghouse.
I don't know if did they have Twitter in 08? I don't think so. Did
I don't
they?
think so.
I don't know. That must be what you put out. I heard that. Coupon coach. Well, in my office, I look at it every day. I've got my ESPN D+ hire. That's why I look at it every day. Every time I walk into work, I'm a D+ hire. And I also, got that picture of that little cat that sees the tiger. And I'm thankful that, I've had a lot of great people around me, a bunch of great players that have bought in. I mean, I'm a product of belief. I believe in myself, believing in my vision for Clemson and what I thought that we could do here, even when no one else believed. But more importantly, I'm thankful for all those players who believe, all those coaches who believe, and have put an amazing amount of work in. I mean, this is a special place, and again, you know, that was something that Graham, I had not, you know, you find out a lot when it's easy when things are great, right? You're winning national championships and, you know, all this stuff, but, you know, Graham, when he got the job, he called my agents in December, and, you know, I'm getting ready for the Cheez-It Bowl. I got a bunch of coaches leaving, and right, the world's falling in at Clemson, and, you know, we're never gonna stop anybody or get a first down or maybe win a game again, and, you know, or get another recruit. And man, he called my agents in December, and they called me and said, hey, the new AD called us, and here's what he said. And it was really their timeline, and, you know, I'm as I said, man, just incredibly, you know, blessed and honored to be here and call this our home. You know, it was amazing. Today was amazing. I got to see Clay out there today. The kid's 19 years old. For 19 years of his life, he's been coming to Clemson games. And for today, he got to run down the hill for the first time in his life. He got to dress out for the Tigers, and you know, it's just surreal. It really is. I mean, it's surreal. I don't take it for granted. I just appreciate every ounce of every moment. I mean, from the bus ride in to driving by Max to coming through Pendleton to seeing the tailgates to, man, just people walking to the game, the Tiger Walk. I mean, I was talking to some of our staff, because a lot of our staff were a part of that first Tiger Walk. We'll never forget that. I didn't even know if anybody was going to show up. And now we're getting ready to make Tiger Walk a landmark. You know, we're going to start on, we've started, but we're going to finish it we'll start in November and finish it by next year. I mean, it just is, it's been an unbelievable journey, you know, and, you know, I'm only 52, a long way to go. I'm learning, I'm getting better. I'm a better coach now than I was in 08, that's for sure. And hopefully I can, you know, keep improving.
Downstairs, Brian cited the culture and family culture that you have cultivated here as one of the reasons he came here. And at the same time, he embraced it today about how you guys have taken him, put your arms around him. How do you get that message across to these kids when they come here to visit?
Well, I mean, it's just who we are. It's you know, I'm on year 20 here, and I mean, it's just woven into our DNA. I mean, Clemson is family, and it's just something that, I mean, when I got the job, I felt like we were disconnected, and that was like one of my #1 goals was to just bring people together and to connect us once again, and to be in tune to, you know, the community, to, you know, our fans. That's why you know, that's why I did Tiger Walk, you know, because I felt like we just showed up and walked in, and we didn't really understand. You know, people drive hours and hours and hours to see us play, and they don't care who we play. They care how we play, you know, and it don't matter. They're not coming to see anybody in that other locker room. They're coming to see the Tigers, and I've met so many people over, you know, going on 20 years now, that didn't even go to Clemson, but they're Clemson family, you know, but their kids came here. Well, and then the kids left and they stayed. And then for the rest of their life, it's a family reunion every weekend. You know, everybody just meets up, and it's one of the most unique environments in college football. I mean, Clemson is family. It's an amazing place. I mean, it oozes from the streets. This place is special. The people are special, as they say. There's something special in those hills. It just is. And you know, they say there's something different about Clemson, and there is something different. And it's the people. And then for us, we tapped into that, and we built our football program that way. You know, we're very much a relationship-driven place. And when you come here, you can't fabricate that. You just can't, you know. And, you know, there's a lot of places that you know, hear the message, but here you truly feel it and you see it. And I think that makes us unique.
Dabo, somebody just asked me if they could get that L shirt, how they can help Brian.
Yeah, I know Tiger Town made them up on a short notice for us, Tiger Town Graphics, so, they just made them for the team, but maybe they'll make some more, I don't know.
Chris Manning.
Yeah, I think Chris Bandio, they did it, and it was just something that, we just wanted to do something for Brian, and we really wanted to do it for Ellen. We were trying to surprise her today, and man, it was just gut wrenching, to be at the emergency room with the family yesterday, that she wasn't able to be with us today as planned, but maybe God willing, she'll have another opportunity somewhere down the road, but, his grandmother was able to be, there was about 100 people coming, and, so most of them stayed back, and, Ella and her mom, Megan, she was able to ride back with her, and then, Richie and Kendall and Bailey, they were able to fly them back and get there and meet them, so just a beautiful family that is really, really walking through a tough time right now, and again, one of the sweetest young ladies you could ever meet. Strong, unbelievable joy in her heart. Even in the midst of this battle that she's got, it's just been incredible. But again, just wanted to just find a way that we could put our arms around her, and just I know they know that, but just make sure they know that hey, we're right here with you, and all the way.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.